around. Now the medevac gonna no, not gonna drop the Marauder. Just looks like okay, now it is, and then it's gonna get the hell out of there. Just leave him behind, I suppose. I feel like Tarson is ahead at this point. I think he got the better of that battle. Strelok was ahead in the economy, but Tarson has really leveled that playing field, gotten his expansion up, getting his 2 geysers. Strelok has the production capability that's a little bit ahead of Tarson, and he's also had access to these refineries at his natural, but really he's just been put on his back foot a little too hard here. If he pushes now, it could be a really nice timing, actually. And look at this. He switched over to a lot of Marines and tanks, which will do well against a Marauder heavy army. Looks like Tarson smells it coming, siege up his tank to get ready, but he's just like 1 or 2 production cycles away from being able to hold this, but I'm not sure if he can right now. Sieging up right here. It looks like Tarson is equal to the task, stimming up, running in, putting down an auto turret right in front. But it looks like the siege tanks in the back, cutting everything up. The Marines taking everything out. Okay, so it looks like Tarson will hold. It was a bit of a scary situation there, but I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think maybe Strelok had, if he had sieged up just a little bit sooner, that could have turned out a lot differently, but Tarson did have this 1 defensive tank. He is going to snipe those medevacs, which will make a big difference. That was one of the things that was helping Tarson, and he is going to stop these units before they make their way in. And look at this drop micro that's going on right there, too, by Strelok. Pretty nice as he was picking up those units to pick off those last few attackers and letting that siege tank. He's going to then take the rest of the units and go ahead and drop here at the natural. And they do a good job healing, but unfortunately only 1 Marine's going to get picked up. And that medevac, it's not going to go down. But some good return damage here by Strelok.
Yeah, Tarson had a bit of a blunder there. I thought those 5 Marauders would have cleaned up the 2 siege tanks of Strelok, but moved them in a little grouped up. They ate those 2 shells and took the brunt of the splash damage. So, wow, that Strelok found that really nice timing where his expansion had paid for itself and Tarson had invested in his expansion, but hadn't got a lot of return for it. Now, the playing field looks largely even. Strelok has a lot of air control with just that 1 Viking. Looks like Tarson only has the Tech Lab add-on for his starport, so he's been really hesitant to put out any Vikings to get air control, and Strelok has just been shutting down all the medevacs with his few Vikings. And here we go, moving into siege position.
Yeah, I mean, the siege tanks are just perfect there for Tarson, but he's going to move his army back, and the Marauders are going to follow. He takes a couple out there, and I think having this medevac advantage will help if he can stay out of the range of those siege tanks. They're going to unsiege right now. If the Vikings see it, move forward and take those out. No, they're going to re-siege up, and he hasn't moved his army. The things are going to get... Oh, my God, just in the nick of time right there. Another... medevac comes out, and it's just like, man, did someone not tell me that they added fucking huge guns to the medevacs? Because he is seriously I mean, we're not seeing a whole lot of drops out of these things, so I don't know if he's preparing for something, but look at this like line of units coming out by Tarson. I feel like Strelok just has his back up against the wall.
Yeah, and this is something a lot of players don't do, is break down the destructible debris when they gain control of their opponent's ramp. A really simple thing they should be... What? Okay, now deciding he wants to siege forward and... Here come the Marauders, steaming up, running in, but this perfect position by the siege tank. Oh my god, Tarson just collapsing on the enemy there, taking him out. These siege tanks doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Strelok needs to take a minute, collect himself, but he's not going to have that minute because here comes Tarson coming in the back door, right in. Strelok gives it up, lifts up the command center, and tries to get out, but the siege tank's in range. No, just going to take out a few SCVs. Wow, losing control of his expansion, I don't know. Oh, a little bit of a drop here at Tarson's natural. Let's see how long it takes for him to realize. We've got just 3 Marines, and they've killed a lot of SCVs. Oh my god, this tank is slowly coming over, coming to siege up, but like, the majority of the SCVs get taken out by 3 Marines.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's a huge deal.
And I think he's going to drop that. Oh, he drops the Marine right on top of that siege tank as the Viking comes in and takes him out. Now we do have Marine Tarson going down there checking for that gold. And this is just too killer of a line right here by Tarson. There's nothing worse than be pinned into your own base here and basically lose control of your natural by a few siege tanks, because it's so frustrating. A lot of players are just going to throw away units like trying to take those out. I'm one included. I get so anxious. I just want to like take them out. And Tarson's doing a good job with setting up the tanks. I would have loved loved it, Chill, if he would have taken 2 of those siege tanks.
There's actually a drop going on in Tarson's main. A few Marauders just coming in here. And Tarson has been so focused on rallying his units that he's got largely nothing to come back. So this is an easy way to break the siege line. Look at Tarson panicking a little bit, bringing back his entire army just to deal with 4 Marauders. And he is deep in the red supply now as all of these supply depots are going down. Another supply depot probably going to get taken out. And these Vikings coming over to the natural going to land. There's a few Marines here, but they get aggroed over. Vikings do well against Marines though, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kill all the Marines. Marauder coming in to clean everything up, and looks like we've stabilized yet again.
Yeah, there was a stabilization, but that force of Tarson might be just too big. The expansion has now moved to the island in the middle. I'm not sure if that Viking he did not get vision of it right there. So here we go. This could be a big battle. No siege happening right here, and that might not be that good. It looks like Tarson is just melting here. We don't really have any sort of upgrades. Wow. Oh, way late siege, and oh my God! Strelok pulls it out. Unbelievable. As we are now tied 1-1.
I think that was Tarson's game to lose, and he threw it away. In those similar unit battles, the concave is everything. Strelok had the medevacs, and he had the concave, and Tarson just funneled right in there, and you can see the result. Really surprising that after dealing with the harassment that Tarson would be so anxious to push out there and siege back up. I feel like he could have just controlled his area very easily, focused on reestablishing his economy, and then, come back into the game and pushed out when he had a superior army.
So Scrap Station actually turned out to be a pretty good game there, and then we are now tied 1-1, and we are about to move on to game number 3.